Thank you for tuning in. The show is about to begin with your host, Kendall Stadler. It's that time. Sit back and hit that share button. The show is ready to begin.
Well, hey, how's everybody doing there? I was getting into the music a little bit there. I started singing. Sorry about that. I've got a great show here. I'm so excited to be talking to two wonderful people. We got Jennifer and Nick Pallotta. I said it right. Yes.
You did, yes.
We're going to be talking about their hot sauces and how they got into the business. And something a little special about one of their sauces. They're going to share their story behind, and I'm so excited about that. And thanks you, everybody, for jumping on here. I see James. Thank you. Christopher, thank you very much. I appreciate you jumping on. And we probably, Nick, if you can find us on Facebook there, you can see that we are live right now, so you'll be able to watch us. And Julie just jumped on there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Why don't I just bring you guys on? We got Nick and Jennifer, and I think we're still having a little freezing on the video, but the audio is good, so stay with us. And if you have any questions or you want to say hi, jump on there and say hello to them or anything you want. So how are you doing, you guys?
Hey, Kendall, how's it going?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Oh, this is wonderful. I really appreciate you taking the time out to do this because you shared a little bit of your story with us and what's going on with your hot sauce and everything, and I think it's a beautiful story and everything you do. So how long have you had your hot sauce company together?
Not too long. We're rolling up on about 2 years. It'll be around October.
That's not too bad.
So we're still fairly pretty new to the industry, and every day is an awesome learning experience.
And where are you guys out of?
New Jersey. We're in Clifton.
Clifton. Okay. Is that very far from Long Island?
It's probably about an hour and a half or so.
Okay. I lived in
maybe 5 hours if there's traffic.
Yeah, depending on the traffic. We're not far in mileage. We're far in traffic.
Right.
We're right by MetLife Stadium where the Giants play.
Okay. I lived in Franklin Square, and I recorded with a band right across the river in New Jersey there. So that's early 80s. So the area is a beautiful area. So I really like where you live.
I think I recall seeing a video that you may have posted of, or a couple pictures of you hammer it. Was it hammering on the guitar or the bass or something?
I was just singing. Yeah, I was just singing.
Okay, well,
yeah, that's all right.
Great vocals.
Well, thank you. So now, what made you decide to jump into the hot sauce arena here?
I don't think our story is too different from a lot of other stories that are out there. I have a garden. I've always grown up around gardening. My father had a garden. My grandparents had a huge garden, took up most of the backyard. And just one fall, in order to not lose all of our peppers and garlic and all that, I just threw a whole bunch of stuff together and tried making a hot sauce. The first one that I made, which turned out to be the original, I was pretty happy with that first batch. It tasted very fresh, and I don't know, I just kind of liked it. I didn't write one thing down. So, yeah.
Nick kind of took everything. We had garlic and tomatoes and Italian long hot peppers, and we kind of just he threw everything together and put it in a mason jar, and we canned it, and we would have it on sausage and peppers every weekend for football. So before we had the boys, and one day, and I will take credit for this. I don't know if he's going to agree. I remember sitting at the kitchen table and saying, Nick,
all right, I can give you credit for that. I suppose.
I said, this is really, really good. Like, this is good. And that's where the idea sparked. And then we went into the adoption process and becoming a family with our children.
Yeah, this was going back to 2012. So it was a long, long time ago when I made that first batch. And all our family and friends,
Loved it.
they loved it. And again, kind of probably how a lot of companies got started. We were persuaded to start, but we had just started the adoption process with our two boys, Joseph and Gabriel, and so again, that started in 2012, and it took about 5 years to bring them home. So
Wow.
fast forward to now, that 5 years later, and the end of 2017 was when we started.
Now that's Joseph with you right now?
This is Joseph.
Say hi.
Hi.
You have lots
Hi.
of people that are wondering about you.
Gabriel's in bed. He had a long day in the sun.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gabriel had a long Father's Day, so he's asleep.
Well, I just noticed we have a lot more people jumping on here. Bill Moore, James Valancourt,
Oh, hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Stephen Canoegator Steve, and thank you
hey,
guys for
Steve.
jumping on.
Steve.
Unfortunately, the internet on our iPad here isn't working, so I can't see who's coming on.
Okay. Well, if I see a question or anything, I'll read it to you, and
Definitely.
we'll try and get it to you that way. And I want to apologize, everybody. We're still trying to work on the lag and video. It's a little bit jumping, but we definitely have the audio working really good. So stay with us. Treat it as a podcast, and enjoy the show so you can learn about what's going on. I really appreciate it.
Do you want to say hi to everyone, Joseph?
Come here, say hi.
Hi.
You want to wave? Here, come in a little closer.
Say happy Father.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh, that's awesome. Happy Father's Day to your dad also. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now how does the hot sauce and the adoption, how does that cross paths?
So every year, so we understand, having gone through the process, it's a enormous financial and emotional. I don't really want to use the word stress. It is stressful, but it's such a beautiful event, adoption. But again, it's very financially and emotionally taxing, and we understand that. So we sympathize with the people who are kind of going through it. So we're part of a lot of. Just like the hot sauce community has a huge group of friends, the adoption community has, just as large of those connections that are made. So, we have a lot of friends and
All over the country.
All over the country.
Wow.
Actually, even all over the world. We have friends in Australia. Obviously Korea, all over the world. So,
And we share that single bond of adoption. And it's the same with the hot sauce business, not to compare out, obviously.
Right.
So we decided to do what our passion is, to help others
Yes.
to adopt, as well as help the teenage and adult adoptees finance a homeland trip to Korea. So we worked with New Beginnings.
they're in Long Island, New
They're-
York.
They're in
Okay.
Mineola. And we decided every year to give them part of our proceeds to that cause, because it's something so near and dear to our hearts.
That's
Yes, so every bottle that we sell, it goes into a fund I created, and at the end of the year, we kind of cut New Beginnings a check, and again, as Jen was saying, the primary function of those donations is to fund adult adoptee trips back to Korea,
Heritage
so they
trips.
can, they're called heritage trips. So they can meet with their foster families,
And just see where they
and
were
just
born.
see where they were born, see the country.
Wow.
And then, New Beginnings also does other things with it. The things the other things they do help to lower the cost, I guess, for
For
other
adoptive
families that
families.
are adopting.
Well, it sounds like the organization is a lot, and not that I'm trying to make a comparison between the hot sauce industry and the adoption business, but or the industry. It sounds like there's so much passion in getting help from other people and sharing your experiences that, hey, we did this, try and go this way, or do this, or go to this agency, and that's a really heartwarming thing to know that other people want to help you succeed at bringing somebody into your family as much as you want to be there. And I think that's just a beautiful thing, and it's a wonderful to have an organization like that, and for you to take part of your profits and give to them, I think says miles of how you're feeling about all this, especially on when you consider this is Father's Day, to be sharing your story like this. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and if we can ease even a little bit, a minuscule amount of some of the stresses and the burdens that go along with, the process of adopting a child, then we're all for it.
We had a lot of help along the way with families going through it, families that have been through it before us. So right now, we just want to pay it forward because we've been there. And we know what it's like. We're just paying it forward into the universe.
That's beautiful. That's just truly beautiful. When we get done with the show, if you want, put in the comments below the address or the website, so that if anybody else is going to go through the process or knows somebody who is, maybe they don't know about this organization.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. The agency name is New Beginnings Children and Family Services, and I believe, I don't recall off the top of my head, but I believe the website is newbeginnings.org.
Okay. We will definitely get that out there, and we'll share that in the feed, because that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And
thank you.
I think it gives, from what I can see, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, from what I can see, just by watching other people who has adopted, and it not only gives life for a meaning for the child, but also the parents. It brings an entire new meaning to both parts of the family, and it's a wonderful thing. I just thank you very much for doing this.
It's not only about saving children, because we needed our sons just as much as they needed us.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can see that.
Right, Joseph? He gets a little shy talking about it.
That's all right. I mean, it's a great thing. I'm kind of at a loss of words, because you can see it. I mean, anybody who's ever been around anybody who's adopted someone, I think that it's probably a bigger the words I'm looking for is probably more how can I say this? You tried harder to adopt than I think a lot of people do just having children.
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I had my labor, and now I have my babies, and we're a family. That's it.
That's awesome.
No road to parenthood is easy.
Yeah.
And this was ours.
Well, beautiful. I was trying to say it the correct way, so I appreciate you giving me a hand there.
We're not easily offended, so it's all good.
Good. Well, do you want to get into your hot sauces now?
Yeah, I think it's as good as time as any.
All right. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on full screen, and I want you to talk about your pineapple sauce, because I got to run and get a spoon. That's one thing I forgot to get, so I will be right back. So tell everybody what's about your oh, Tracy brought me one. Thank you, sweetie. Tracy brought me one down. I texted her halfway through the show. I need a spoon. So here's your pineapple sauce. It is pineapple habanero. I'll give it a shake up, and you tell us. I said habanero, jalapeno. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
That's all right. Everyone does that.
I do it all the time.
Tell us what's in this while I'm breaking it open.
So it's pineapple is the first ingredient. So they're fresh pineapples. So it's very pineapple forward, I guess. There's a little sugar to add some sweetness, and then a little bit of lemon and apple cider vinegar. There's no salt in it at all. I keep the vinegar content pretty low because I want to focus on the freshness from the pineapple and kind of that sweetness. So,
the aroma is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, my mouth is actually watering.
Oh, thank you. I tell everyone my go-to on this is vanilla ice cream. Like when I'm at the shows And yeah, that's our best-selling sauce
By far.
Wow.
by far. And I'm dying for the other ones to kind of catch up, like Louisiana style and the new Chili Moon. Like I want them to catch up to it, but I don't know. The pineapple is just kind of it's keeping its pace. So.
Wow, that is
But,
really good. I like the citrus from the lemon in that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it gives it a real fresh flavor.
It's more on the mild side, which we're fine with, but people love it. They absolutely love it.
That is beautiful.
And when I'm at shows and they're asking me what they can put this on, I'll go through like your typical barbecue or pork and ribs and over Thanksgiving I dumped a whole bottle on a ham and I cooked it.
Oh yeah.
But their eyes always light up when I tell them vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
I love the stuff on vanilla ice cream.
I tell you what else this would be good. Barbecue some shrimp with that on it.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
That
that'd
and
be
the
just
lime
beautiful.
shrimp, you skewer 5 shrimp, just put it on 5 minutes each side on the grill, and you have a great appetizer or entree for friends. And the great thing that I like about our hot sauce is even though we're named Pallotta Hot because it's catchy and it rhymes, we're not about just a deep burn. Because some hot sauces they just want to make it what the.
Well, some want to be over the top hot.
They just want to be right. They want to outdo the next company. Yeah. But Nick and I, we like to focus on the pepper, whether it's jalapeno, Italian long hot, habanero, and taste the pepper, and then get the spice from that pepper on the back end. So it's enjoyable for everyone. You can enjoy your dish without just having powders and vinegar and salt and
very good
cayenne.
Yeah, the jalapeno, man, what a great addition to that pineapple.
It comes out.
Just,
yeah.
It's almost kind of like a Thai Korean flavor.
Almost, because of the sweetness.
Yeah, it is just brilliant. I love that. Oh yeah,
and
I won't be sharing that with anybody.
Oh no, we won't. It's in the vault.
Yeah. I thought about using a habanero instead of a jalapeno because fruity and fruit, but I kind of wanted like a different contrast, so that's why I chose jalapeno. It also has some serrano in it. They're both jalapeno and serranos are, pretty not the same, but they're in that same kind of ballpark.
Yeah, they're in the same right.
Except for the heat. So I added some serranos to kind of turn up the heat a little bit, but still to keep it in that kind of mild category. I toyed with the idea of making it, like a super hot using, like green ghost pepper, like green super hot peppers. I like the color the way it is, so I didn't really want to add any red ones. But I decided not to kind of mess with a good thing.
Luke was saying the hotter the better for him.
I know.
And we have people like that. The hotter the better, and that's okay too.
Yep.
I seen Chris Duncan is on, so he's back from his surgery this week. Chris, it's good to see you, and we have.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Both
I
of
hope everything. It looks like everything went well. So prayers to you, friend.
And both Brandon and Heather are on from Heat 101, and Leo just jumped on. How you doing, guys? I appreciate you jumping on. And like I said before, please excuse the jumpy video, but the audio is great, so keep listening because they've got a great story. And anybody who jumped on a little bit late, definitely go back to the beginning of the show and listen to their story about the adoption and the organization that they work with, because it's a fantastic story. But I'm going to get the second one here. This is called Chili Moon, and this is the one that you wanted to talk about the most. Well, I'm breaking it open. Give your story on this because this is really intriguing.
Chili Moon is the game changer.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
You can talk about it. Well, want me to talk about the title of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the title of it, Chili Moon. The moon is cold, chilies are hot, and this is dedicated to our sons, and it's part of their heritage. So that's how we came up with the name.
Yeah, there's a little bit of heritage of their heritage within the name of the sauce, so that's why it's special to us. And when they understand, Joseph kind of gets it, but they'll get it even more when they're a little bit older. So
yourself? Here, hold
Yeah,
on,
it's
show one
it's.
for everyone.
You want to see the chili moon?
Here, show them.
Here, come on.
There it is.
Say hi.
Oh, what a great aroma! Now tell me what I'm smelling here.
So, so that is chipotle, yellow 7-pot primos, scorpions, ghost peppers, and fatale peppers. And then in the back, there's a little bit of raspberries. I also put Worcestershire molasses. There's some garlic and black pepper, and I added a white wine vinegar, which is also a little different. Instead of using the distilled vinegar, I wanted to add some sweetness to it. So you'll get like a little bit of a smoky. I didn't want to go totally,
Smoky.
smoke. I wanted it to be very subtle.
Which some people like smoke, but
it teeter-totters. Well, not teeter-totters. It's almost like a barbecue sauce, without going all the way into that kind of barbecue sauce direction. So this stuff is great on anything that you're going to throw on the grill.
This has got some heat to it.
it's
Yeah,
got
a little
heat.
bit.
It's
Yes,
a
it does.
creeper.
Great flavor. It's got some heat.
Oh,
But
the super hot sauce. What's in it?
it's a good burn though.
Yeah. I took a big spoonful.
Oh, really? Was it? Did you right? You all right?
It's delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Am I getting clove in there? A little bit of clove?
No, there's no clove.
No? What is it?
No,
Just say the peppers.
there's I said the
Oh, you
peppers.
did.
So there's chipotle. There's yellow 7-pot primo. I wanted that kind of citrusy, sweet flavor from that with the amount of heat. Then it has scorpion peppers, and then on the back end a little bit of ghost. So once everything is kind of toning down, the ghost peppers are kind of building up a little bit.
Yeah, now it's starting to heat up.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, but at first when you taste it, you're like, it's really good.
Right.
And then you don't,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then on the end there, I added a little bit of fatale to kind of bring up that citrus a little bit.
It has a fantastic flavor. It is kind of remnants of a little bit of a barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Right.
Just a little bit. It just has that a little bit of remnants of a barbecue sauce in there. A lot of pepper flavor in this one.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
pepper flavor is definitely forward in it, and a little bit of sweetness. This would be a chili head's dream sauce.
Oh,
Aw.
thank you.
Yeah,
What a great compliment.
because it's got the heat. Man, has it got some heat. Anymore, it seems like I'm the guy that I'm like everybody out there who's not a chili head, and I'm doing this. So if you're a little bit of a chili head, or less, I'm giving you what it's like when it hurts. But yeah, this is
well,
good.
you should be feeling like not so much a back of the throat or a front of the mouth, but
Each side of my
it-
tongue.
Yeah.
it should develop into like a full mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
each side of my
Type of
tongue,
heat.
the roof of my mouth, and it's really not going down the throat that bad. It's
No.
No.
so
No.
it's. I'm going in for another one.
Oh, awesome. But
And
then I put some. I knew I wanted some kind of fruit in it, and I didn't. I was toying a little bit with strawberries.
Yeah.
With I love cherries, so I was thinking about cherries, and then I'm like, oh, maybe some raspberries. So raspberries was what
I can't tell what is in it right now. I'm on fire. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Well, some people, Nick from Heavy Metal Sauces and everyone, only rated it a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, well, to me it's like
Not naming any names.
to me it's like a 5.5 because I am tearing up.
It's got those the super hots in it.
Yeah. That what was it? 7-pot.
Yeah, yellow 7-pot.
Yeah, the scorpion in there, the
There's
Trinidad.
Scorpion. There's the Ghost.
Oh, it's Primo's 7-pot too.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, gee.
Do you have milk on you?
No.
Oh, he doesn't need milk.
I'm going to go back and have a little bit of the pineapple.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That'll hide it a little.
Yeah, the
bit.
sugar in the pineapple will take it down.
Yes.
It's funny you said that because when people taste that, or we're at hot sauce festivals and they're burning and they don't want to taste it anymore, I go, here's, have some pineapple, it'll cool you down.
Oh,
and
that
it
did.
does. And
it took it
you
right
know,
away.
Like, oh, thank God you mentioned that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people know, but for those that don't know, the man,
You all right?
yeah,
We're taking this as a compliment.
my breath
totally.
is my breath is totally taken away. The capsaicin, way they originally rated it, it was 1 cup of sugar water. How many it took to get rid of the heat? So, like, if it was like the capsaicin is 1 million, it'd take 1 million cups of sugar water to get rid of that heat.
Wow.
So that's why I thought I'd grab the pineapple, so it's got some sugar in it, because it definitely
go.
does. It takes it away.
It's the pineapple is like the antidote
Yeah.
to the chili food. See?
Yeah, the water's terrible. That's what I'm drinking. Water's
no, no,
terrible
no.
because all it does is wash it between your teeth and around your gums and just spread it all over.
But some people come up and they want to see, they right away they say, what's your hottest?
Yeah,
And we
yeah, I don't get that.
And
I love it.
they don't flinch.
Yeah,
A lot of people,
I've seen
they
that.
don't even flinch.
I've seen that.
They're like, it tastes really good, it has good flavor, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Julie said it was about a 6, and I agree with Julie. I'd say 5.5, 6. I think that's a good representation to the people who aren't completely insane.
Yeah, I remember Julie. I remember Julie rated it a 6, and then Bianca rated it 2. So
Oh, there you go.
she masterminds all.
She's
of it.
crazy. There's something wrong with that girl.
I said, good. You go, girl. Great. For
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. But I do enjoy the burn. I love the burn. Like Lloyd, I'm feeling right now. I'm enjoying this. It hurts, but my nose is running, my eyes are running, but I do enjoy it. I really do. So I will definitely be using this sauce. This would be great on wings. This would be a great wing sauce.
You know, it's great on wings. I've had it on wings. I'm kind of, for a maker, I'm a little bit of a wimp. So, by the time I'm to my, 5th or 6th wing, my mouth is pretty much, an explosion
And
of
his
fire.
bald head is turning red.
Oh, yeah, and I'm dripping and sweating. And
Well, I just put you on full screen because I'm blowing my nose because my nose is running.
yeah, we don't want to see that.
No. Woo! Great flavor. Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
amazing. Oh, I definitely enjoyed that. Both sauces. Now, how many sauces do you have now?
Oh, we have 6.
6. Good.
Yep.
Nice. What's the names of them?
So we have the original, which was the original.
From the garden. That was the original recipe. Yep.
Yeah, that's an Italian long hot jalapeno blend, and then there's tomatoes, garlic, and
Tomato
some spices in it. So that's tomato base. Next to that, we have another tomato base, habanero fire hot. That's habanero jalapeno blend. It has the same ingredients as the original, except it's habanero instead of Italian long hot. So it's a little bit different flavor because of habanero, and
Sure.
I usually call it the hotter version of the original.
Yeah. I love the habanero. That one's probably my favorite because I'm not really a chili head either. It just has really great flavor from the habanero pepper.
Yeah, I put it on my
It's got the tomato
sandwiches.
base. Yeah.
And then going up the scale, then we have the pineapple, which you tried,
Right.
and then the jalapeno lime. That's jalapeno serrano blend, then garlic, onion, lime,
Which is also
cilantro.
amazing on shrimp.
Yeah,
that's
that
our
sounds
that's
amazing.
our go-to for shrimp.
Is there a sweetness to that one or not?
There's a tang from
Tangy.
the vinegar.
Okay.
There's no sugar in it, so it's not really sweet. There's the tang from the vinegar, and then the cilantro. And
Oh,
then,
nice.
That's a nice
Yeah.
sauce.
There's some tartness from the lime, but on shrimp, that's great on shrimp and fish.
Fish.
Anything.
Oh, that'd be
any
good on a
type of
fish
Mexican or
taco.
Spanish food.
Yeah.
So and then from there, it's the Louisiana style habanero.
Which is vinegar based. We really did a lot of research talking to people when we vend, and people, they told us they wanted super hot. They told us they like vinegar based. So some are tomato based.
Uh-huh.
Then we have the 2 fruitier ones, and then this one is like more of a table hot sauce, and it's vinegar based.
Nice.
And that's just from what people wanted, and it's pretty hot.
Yeah,
Too.
that's a blend of orange and then Caribbean red habaneros, and then red bell and yellow bell peppers. So I wanted the sweetness from the bell peppers without making it. I didn't want it to be like a super hot sauce. So I wanted the sweetness from the bell peppers without adding a bunch of heat. So that's why I added the bell peppers, and then the orange habanero, and then the red habanero. I wanted to add a little more heat, but also the flavor from the red habanero that you don't get from the orange habanero. So that's, and then there's some garlic, and then vinegar in that. And I know you said Luke was watching, so down the pipeline, the hotter version will be coming out sometime soon. Well, maybe not soon, but sometime next year, the hotter version will be coming out. And then the chili moon, which we talked about.
Now the great sauce, chili moon is great. The pineapple is great. Loved them both, and your story on the whole thing. Now, do you have any kind of cooking background, or is just trial and error? Or
no, not professionally.
Okay.
So as I mentioned earlier in the show, my parents have always had a garden. My grandparents have always had a huge garden. My father's from Italy. When when they came over, like my grandmother would raise chickens and then slaughter them, and that's how they ate. And I remember stories of my father always saying when they were in Italy that if they didn't have a pig to slaughter, they'd starve during the winter time. So I've always kind of had a very prominent, I guess, cooking type
it's
of
been
background.
around you your entire life, then.
A lot of canning too.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
canning. So like growing up when I was, 6 to 10 years old, I always remember going to the farms. Anything that we would run out of from my father's farm, we'd go to other farms up in Syracuse and, go like pepper picking and, always picking like Italian long hot peppers. That was like the go-to pepper in the house. And I'd always rub my eyes afterwards and, not listen to my father. And, the car ride home, I'm crying and my eyes are burning and, my nose is running. And at 6 or 8 years old, it's not a very good,
No.
It's not very fun.
No, not at all. It's not fun at any age.
No. And the peppers have gotten much hotter since then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But every Sunday, my mother would make a huge vat of tomato sauce, and I would sit there and chase my brother and sister out of the kitchen with a wooden spoon saying, "Get out of my kitchione," and I stirred the sauce, and, so it's kind of like I've been around it my whole life.
Beautiful.
And I have no culinary background whatsoever. I've never even worked in the food service industry, even when I was a teenager. But I experiment a lot with the sauces, and a great thing to do if you want to put it with mayo as a spread
Yes.
on a sandwich. You get the pepper flavor, and it cuts that heat.
Yeah.
I do a lot of sautéing with a lot of cooking.
Yeah,
I love to cook.
She's referring to more so the original and the habanero fire hots.
Okay.
They make a great mixture with mayo on
Yeah.
a sandwich.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, mayo, ranch dressing, cream cheese,
Exactly.
anything like that to make even vegetable dips or something like
exactly.
that. It's
exactly.
just beautiful
Someone
things
I
that people
put it
can
with
do.
Cream cheese. Someone made a dip with cream cheese
With the pineapple.
with the pineapple.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
So
be great.
it's really nice because you get the we don't use preservatives, we don't use powders. Everything is fresh. So whatever you do with it, you're going to get that pepper flavor and not
Nice.
just a bunch of salt and heat.
Well, guys, I so much appreciate you coming on, and I've learned so much, and I love what you're doing with the adoption agencies and with your sauces.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh,
You want to say bye-bye to
my
everyone?
pleasure.
Bye.
Oh, let's get that on full screen. Get him right
There,
in center
come
there.
back here.
There he is.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
and Joseph, our Pallotta Hot team here in Clifton Little
Oh,
League
yes.
won the championship.
Yep.
Yes, awesome.
Pallotta Hot team.
Right? They wanted to. I'll tell you, it was like watching a live, NBA or NFL game. The way this.
It was down to the wire, but Pallotta Hot team they did well. They won.
It was
They pulled it off.
8-7. We were ahead. We were in the field, full count, bases loaded, and our pitcher he had just gotten out when we were at bat, so he was looking for blood.
And we
This
won.
this
So Pallotta
7-year-old
Hot
kid, so
cooked
he
in
was
New Jersey.
pitching,
That's
and
beautiful.
he had the final strike, and it was like
Adrian,
it was
yes.
bedlam.
It was a lot of fun coaching your team.
Oh,
was
that's
awesome.
beautiful. Congratulations to them. That's wonderful. Thank you for being on Father's Day.
thank you so
Your
much.
story was perfect for
Thank you,
a
Tim.
day like this for fathers and mothers. And I so much enjoyed this. I didn't know all of the backstory, and this is really the first time you and I have talked. And it's totally my pleasure, and thank you so very much. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to you in just a second.
All right.
So,
Thanks to everyone for listening.
Happy
I'll catch you on the
Father's
backside.
Day.
Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. This has been a fantastic show. I've learned so much about everything that they're doing with the organization, for the adoption organization. Reach out to them if anybody out there wants to or looking into adoption. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to answer any questions and show you the ways of what they've went through, and what a beautiful thing, especially for a Father's Day. And I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Tasting the Heat Live, the original source for hot sauces and live entertainment, the original spicy food talk show. Thank you, everybody. Please